Hello, wife.
Hello, husband.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I'm here.
You have so many words. Today was a big day for us.
Yeah. First day, back to school. They're calling it a return to school half a day, but it's more like a hybrid system because we're going in the morning and then we have afternoon work to do on the iPad. But yeah, woo. Oh, happy day.
And the first bus ride.
Gianna's first bus ride ever. She was so excited. I think she was more excited about the bus ride than she was to go to school, even though she was really excited to go to school. So.
She said it was her favorite part of the day was riding the bus. And I was the worried one about the bus.
Yeah, so Gianna was excited. Dad was
worried.
Super nervous.
I don't know, how does a kindergartner know how to get on the bus? It's not like we covered it.
Mom was sad that it was only half a day.
Yes, we all had different worries.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know how they figure out how a kid gets on the bus. They didn't cover it with us. It wasn't a regular school year where they practice and go over it like we were taught last year.
Yeah, so that's the thing. The preschool teacher that we had last year always does like a practice run at the end of the school year with the students. And because of COVID, we didn't get to do that. So we had no idea what to expect having this be our first kid in school. And we did also.
And the road is closed too.
They were the transportation department was supposed to, I guess the bus drivers were supposed to call us last week sometime and let us know like what bus number they were on and what time they would get picked up, where the bus stop was, all that. Well, Friday comes and still no word from transportation. So I emailed the principal, emailed the email that was on the website for transportation department, finally got someone to call me back, and I got the information I needed. Then 5 or 10 minutes later, the afternoon bus driver, apparently they're different from morning to afternoon, calls and tells me the same exact information I already got from the transportation department. But we never hear from the morning bus driver. So I knew what we were doing, but there were other parents in the neighborhood who were coming to that bus stop that never got a call. So they didn't know. So we were all kind of talking to each other.
What happened this afternoon with our neighbor was exactly what I was worried about.
Oh, right.
The road is closed.
And like Joe said, the road is closed to get into our subdivision.
So
there are 3 entrances.
Yeah, she went to our bus stop in the morning, but the road was open in the afternoon and had no clue where they would drop her kid off at.
And they dropped her at a different stop than they picked her up.
Then they picked her up. So she waited at hers and was texting us. That's exactly what I was worried about, because your kid doesn't know when to get off the bus.
Right.
So I didn't know how that whole thing was going to work.
Right.
At least
So Joe was very nervous. We weren't sure if she would make it to her classroom, if she would get on the bus, if she would get off at a stop before our stop. We didn't know. But thankfully, Big Sal has preschool on Mondays at the same time as the kindergarten start and end time. So Joe took her to the bus stop. I drove Sal to school and waited 5 seconds for her to get off the bus, walked her to a classroom, and then when I picked Sal up, she was leaving and she got on the bus. She wanted to ride the bus, but I watched her get led to the correct bus. So the teachers did a great job. Principal did a great job. They were all there making sure everybody got in the right places. So tomorrow she gets to do it all by herself.
But how was it with one kid for half day, like 2 hours?
It was wonderful to only have Isabella for 3 hours because it reminded me of 2 years ago when it was just me and Sal, running errands and getting stuff done because Gianna was at nursery school and I just had him. And it was great. No offense to people out there that have one kid. But once you have 3 kids, even 2 kids, you realize how easy 1 2-year-old is to take care of. I got so much done in that 3 hours. A load of laundry. I paid the bills. I put in a Kroger click list. I ate breakfast. What else? I did so, and she just played. She played. She watched Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. She was entertaining herself and having a great time. So it was awesome, and I'm looking forward to more of it. And I hope they go full day soon.
It's going to be like a month at least away, if not more.
Well, because they're doing half the class in the morning and half the class in the evening, or in the afternoon, so that they can split the class and have social distancing and safety measures for COVID. So, yeah, it'll depend on how long the restrictions on COVID are. They probably can't have a full class until they get the go-ahead.
You said Isabella was pleasant, and I heard her pleasant, but she's not pleasant anymore.
So
she's not a pleasant little kid anymore.
No.
She's a terrible 2-year-old.
Terrible, too.
She's a brat all day long, except for when the other two weren't here. Yes. She was good for that time they were away.
So when I'm trying to even remember when it started today, but when I went to pick up Sal from preschool, she wanted to play on the playground, and we usually do play on the playground. But I told her no, we couldn't, because right after we picked Sal up, we were going to have to make sure Gianna got on the right bus and then leave to make it to the bus stop to get her. So Isabella was not having that. She wanted to go play on the playground like usual. So while I stood and waited for Sal to get out of class, she slowly inched her way backwards towards the playground until she got all the way to the playground, which is, I don't know, across the way. It's a good distance. And the whole time I was saying, Bella, come back. Bella, come back. And she was saying, no, 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 with a smirk on her face. So that was like naughty number one thing she did today.
Yeah, she says no to everything. Mm-hmm. Jump on the couch. No.
And jumping
she
on the
does
couch,
it intentionally after. And I don't know why she's just afraid of the bath now. 2 days in a row, she doesn't want to go in. She was afraid the other day of the lint from her toes. She was yelling and screaming and pointing. You.
Okay, Joe does the bath time, and literally he was like, Melissa, I need you to come up here and help me. She won't get in the bathtub again. She won't even let me take her clothes off so that we can go in the bathtub.
She wouldn't. She was up against the wall saying no and
so she
whining.
Made him even take the mat off the bottom of the tub, which is a non-slip mat that we need so the kids don't slip. So I go up there. I'm like, no, don't let her do this to you. Put the mat back in. He puts the mat back in. I take her clothes off. She gives no resistance whatsoever. She gets in the bathtub. It was easy, but for some reason she was giving Joe a hard time.
And Gianna had to be in there first. She wouldn't get anywhere near the tub without Gianna going in. But she's taken a bath by herself before. I don't know.
Many times.
The last 2 days, she's been a pain in the butt with it. Everything is no, no, no. I don't know what you did wrong with her.
Funny. She doesn't do it to me. She does do it to me at the playground today. But the bath thing, I don't know.
Yeah. It's her new thing. I don't even know if it's attention seeking or just her age now. I think she does it to get attention to some degree.
I think today was attention because we were all over Sal and Gianna for school, and she was just kind of tagging along. So I do think today it was a little bit for attention. So yeah.
So
Terrible twos, back to school.
So now tomorrow you got Gianna in school, and you'll have 2 kids.
At home.
We'll see how that goes.
It'll be great.
It'll be easy.
When you take one kid out of the equation, it's great.
Yeah, they tend to leave each other alone, so there'll be a relaxing couple hours while Gianna's away, and then she'll come back and you get back to at-home school. So what do they do, the extracurriculars in the afternoon?
Specials.
Extracurricular activities.
Like sports.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they are. They just hang out.
Media arts, music, art, gym. Those are the specials. They do those in the evening, in the afternoon. But they also have work that they're supposed to do, like math and social studies and science or whatever they're supposed to do. So
we'll see how this first week goes. Gianna did say, we didn't talk about this. We interviewed her, and I didn't put the podcast up. I asked her how Mom is at teaching her for online school, and she said this. Is Mom nice to you when she's helping you with your homework?
No. She just goes party outside.
So
I feel like I never get to go to the bathroom. What?
So while you're supposed to be teaching her, you just sit on the potty all day long, and you're mean when you're not there.
That's hilarious.
Oh, so I'll leave you with that. So good thing she's back in school now, at least for half the day. All right.
Wait, I gotta
Nope,
say,
you got something?
I gotta tell the story.
All right, go.
So, in the chaos of one parent taking Gianna to the bus stop and the other parent driving Sal to school and then waiting for Gianna to get off the bus and then coming home and doing stuff in between and then doing it all over again for the pickup. We got home and the kids were bugging that they wanted McDonald's to eat for lunch. And it was kind of late. It was almost 1:00. And so I was just like, you know what? We'll do it. We had a successful day at school. As a treat, we'll get McDonald's. So I put in a DoorDash order for McDonald's, and Joe and I were gonna eat it too. It was a healthy $43 order, and I got a notification that it was coming, and then I get a phone call from the DoorDasher. He's like, "Oh, I think I'm at your house. What color is it?" So I'm like, "It's a brown brick." And I go to the front window and I don't see anybody out front. And he's like, "I'm here." I'm like, "At your porch." I'm like, "Okay." And I'm like, I go out on the street. I go up in the driveway. There's no one on the street. So I say, "Let's confirm the address because I don't think you're at the right house." And so I tell him my address and he's like, no, it's this, blah, 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 blah. And it was completely different than our address. It wasn't nowhere near. And I'm like saying it over and over in my head, and I'm trying to figure out what place this is that I may have sent the order. And all of a sudden, it dawns on me that I might know where I sent the order. And so I say, "Can you tell me what city you're in?" And he says, "Farmington." And then I realize that I sent it to a friend of ours whose house we were at a couple weeks ago, and we ordered food when we were there. And I didn't even order the food from my app. She ordered it. And I was just browsing the restaurants, and it saved her address in my DoorDash app, apparently, like as the default. And so I sent this McDonald's order all the way to her house. She's 40 minutes from here. So there was no way I was going to get it. And so I'm like trying to think, like, what do I do? I've got this huge order of McDonald's. And so finally I'm like, you know what? I know she's home. So I'm like, "Can you just please like leave it on her porch and just knock and let her know that it's from Melissa?" And so he does. And so I hang up with him and I call her right away, and she picks up and she's laughing. And so I say, "Guess what? Lunch is on us. Hope you guys are hungry." And so
I was hungry and had no food.
The kids were hungry. Bella was supposed to be in bed by now. It was like 1:20. And she was like begging for food. She was so hungry and so tired, and the kids were both hungry. And so my friend and her kids ate the food, and I guess one of her sons got on his afternoon Zoom class and told his class what great friends he has because they sent him McDonald's for lunch to his house.
You're making kids' days.
Yeah, so that made
not ours.
That made it all okay for me. So Bella ended up eating leftover mac and cheese. Joe had whatever. I don't even know what he had.
Leftover mac and cheese because I had to get back to work.
And then I ran up to McDonald's and did a mobile order for Gianna and Sal. So it was crazy and hilarious and one of those like chaotic mom brain things that you do that you look back on and laugh.
That's what happens when you send your kids to school.
Right.
If she would just stayed home and you were in the bathroom, none of this ever would have happened.
If she would have just ate the food that they sent her home from school, they sent a delicious care package.
It was Sal's fault. He's the crappy food guy.
Yeah, he's the one that was like, I want McDonald's.
He's the master plan when it comes to junk food.
Yep.
Food
It must have been
good.
God's way of telling us that we didn't need to eat fast food today or something.
We didn't. Well, I got to eat a box of mac and cheese, so that was not
Not any better.
No.
Well, Bella did get vegetables and fruit with hers.
Oh, great. Well,
Yep.
on that note, since I ate such a late lunch and I'm hungry now, we'll wrap up and I'll go eat something. Well, the kids sleep, so Hey, just the 5 of us. If you want, we'd be happy to have you on our Facebook page. Join our community. You can find us, just the 5 of us, or at the number 5 of us podcasts, and the same thing on Instagram at 5 of us podcast. Like, follow us, and of course subscribe to our podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. Dad and Mom, we'll talk to you next time. So long.
Bye.